Hi, I'm here with Sara Dickey, and the background music that you hear is because Sarah is in a cafe. This is the situation, but she still decided to do this, which is awesome. Thank you, Sarah. So, hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy to be here talking to you. So, yeah,
Okay, awesome. What are you drinking?
I had a latte. I always get a latte, but I'm trying to cut back on my sugar, so I didn't put any sugar in it. So,
Okay. So I want to talk to you about your basketball career because it's been pretty awesome, and kind of sort of you're a type of player who just flies under the radar for some reason, and they really would like to learn why is that. So maybe when we get to talking, I'm just gonna get an understanding of that. But first, maybe what's your opinion? Do you feel like a player who is kind of overlooked for some reason?
I feel like a little bit. I always am just like a team first person all the time. So like I feel like I'll never go out there and have like huge games with like crazy stats or anything like that. I just want to get the team playing well together, and that's really my goal all the time. So it's never like, oh, Sarah had 40 points or anything like that. Um, so yeah, but I feel like I'm just a very steady,
Mhm.
um, kind of consistent player.
Yeah, but you also fill up almost every like stat column. So points, assists, steals, like blocks, assists, you're always there. So you're doing a lot of the stuff that's like necessary, right? That's you.
Yeah. I'm just trying to do a little bit of everything out there every game, just to try to get a win. That's the goal at the end of the day, you know.
Okay. So when I was reading up on you, I've read that your only D1 scholarship offer came from Evansville. That's true?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I went to a very little high school, and there wasn't very much exposure um, coming out of that. And I also played a lot of different sports at the time. So it was basketball, and I played volleyball, and I played softball one year. I did track all the years. I ran cross country a year. So I really did a little bit of everything. But in the end, basketball was just the most fun. Um, so yeah, then I just wanted to keep playing basketball. So that's,
Okay.
we ended up
And
here.
and was it like no AAU? You didn't play AAU?
I played a little bit of AAU, but I didn't really play that much. We also had to, if I wanted to be on a team, we had to drive like 2 hours to go to practices and
Hmm.
stuff like that. And it just wasn't that much fun to me, just going and like playing those games, like because there were always fun things happening at home um, at that time. So I just didn't play very much of it.
Okay. When you're talking about fun things at home, what do you mean? Because you said that you're from a small high school and you're also from a small town, right? Montezuma,
Mhm.
Indiana. So how did you spend your time
Oh,
there?
so my dad is a farmer, so we really did all the outdoor activities and things like that. So it was just always something fun with the family or doing fun things outside. So things like that.
So you're a typical Midwest girl,
I am a
right?
yes,
Okay.
definitely typical Midwest girl from the
Okay.
farm, from the cornfields. So,
So
yep,
did you guys
that's
mostly
me.
grow so did you guys mostly grow corn or what was it?
Yeah, yeah. My dad
Okay.
has corn and soybeans, so we have lots of fields, lots of open space around us. So yeah, so it's kind of weird that I'm doing this with my life at the moment and just hopping around from country to country. So
Yeah, but it's pretty incredible because you've played on, if my math is correct, on four continents, right?
uh,
Australia, we have Northern America, Asia, Europe.
yeah, I guess Saudi counts as Asia, doesn't it? So
Yeah,
yeah,
and Iraq as well, right? So,
so that was another thing. I never
okay,
actually went to Iraq.
wow,
Yeah.
so we will. Okay, so maybe let's go there. Let's go there.
Okay.
So what's the story there? Because
The story there
your
was
bio
that I was,
says that yeah that you were
yeah,
there. So
yeah, but that's inaccurate. So I never actually went there. I never actually played with a team from there. I was supposed to. I was going to go to like um, a tournament that was happening in Emirates, and I was going to go do that. And then the team was from Iraq, so that's why that got put up on the bio. And then things happened, and I didn't end up going. Um, but for some reason, it's still on the bio. But I never actually went and did that. But I think there are some girls that are playing in Iraq at the moment. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what it's like there exactly, but I've seen some girls are playing there.
Okay. And but you went to Saudi Arabia, as you said, and there are
Mm-hmm.
no stats available from your play there. So do you remember what sort of numbers you were averaging there? What was the competition like?
Okay, so in Saudi, things are a little different. So a lot of the girls have only been playing basketball for like 2 or 3 years.
Hmm.
That's what a lot of girls on my team were like. So it kind of turned into like a very, I felt like I was like a player coach at the time. So like I had my coaches, they were like Italian coaching staff, great people. Um, but like when I was on the court, I felt like I had to like kind of direct the girls a little bit more than I would normally do. Um, but yeah, so a lot of times it just turned into the foreign player taking the ball and trying to make something happen. But yeah, it was a good experience. The girls were all great to be around. I loved them. They made me feel very welcome in their country. So it was a good experience.
And they were relatively young, right? Like in their early 20s, probably, even younger, I guess.
Yeah, we had some fairly young ones, but I wasn't the oldest on the team, so
Okay.
that's always my goal. That's always my goal.
Okay. I
So yeah.
because and do you remember your stats? Because I was talking to a player, her name was Sierra Moore, and she also played in Saudi Arabia. And her numbers were like 40 points, I don't know, 17 rebounds, something like that, like crazy stats. So,
Yeah, mine weren't that crazy,
okay.
but no, it was quite a few points, probably 20 something points, and 10 or so rebounds and a few assists.
Okay.
So yeah, I just tried to get all the girls involved in it and try to make something happen that kind of way.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
So you still stayed pretty humble. That's cool. They were like,
I try
yeah.
I try my best. I really do. I do.
Okay. So let's get back to Evansville, right? Your freshman year, 17 points, 4 rebounds per game. Uh, Great stats for a freshman. Like, how did you adapt to college ball so easily, especially since you were a player who was overlooked, right? So that's
Yeah.
really interesting.
So when I got to college, before I even went in the fall semester, we had to be there in the summertime, doing workouts and getting adapted to things. So yeah, I feel like the coaching staff at the time just really did a great job of getting me prepared and kind of have a feel of what things were going to be like once games started. And they all believed in me a ton. They knew I could, have a great career. And they told me that, and they hyped me up, and they helped me to get there. Um, so yeah, I'm very thankful for them and everything they did for me. Um, so yeah, somehow it just all worked out. It all worked out.
Yeah, yeah, it was awesome. And now that I think about it, I see that my math was all wrong because I said four continents. But if I may return to that, but you also played in Egypt, right? So you have
Oh
five.
yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
Okay, so can I ask you about Egypt before we will get to like
Oh yeah, of
return to
course.
Evansville? So yeah,
Yeah.
so what happened in Egypt?
So I went to Egypt. I originally went there just because I thought, hey, seems like a cool place to like go play basketball. I mean, pyramids and stuff. So I
But
got
you got
there.
the offer, or you were just, yeah, your agent
No,
contacted
my
you.
agent at the time just asked me, "Oh, like, would you be interested in going to Egypt?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." So then it all worked out there. But no, so I originally got there and I hated it. Like the first 2 months were like the worst time I've ever had being somewhere playing basketball. It was terrible. But somehow I figured out how to like it. It was just a big adaptation because it's such a culture shock in the beginning. But yeah, so I went there, I did, and then I played there 2 seasons because I figured out how to like it. And I was gonna go back for a third season, and I signed and everything to go back a third season, but then the team dropped me at the last minute, so then that didn't work out. But yeah, but Egypt holds a really special place in my heart. It's a big love hate relationship, but no, but it just worked out. I had a great experience there, and once I finished in Saudi a few weeks ago, I actually went to Egypt for a few days to hang out. So yeah, it's got a very special place in my
Okay.
heart.
And can you tell me why did you hate it initially?
It was just the biggest culture shock I've ever had.
Hmm.
Like it's one thing being coming to Europe or something like that, but going there and being the only foreigner on the team, that was my first time ever being the only foreigner also. So it was just a big like I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult to explain Egypt, but it's like the
Hmm.
schedule changes like all the time. Like planning things never works out. So it was just like a different kind of way of life a little bit.
Okay. So especially like coming from, it's always a culture shock for like American players when they go to Europe initially
Yeah.
because yeah, like the schedule is different and you're not as catered to as like a student
Yeah,
athlete. So that's a problem as well. Yeah. Yeah,
just
yeah.
completely different. And I think if I would have ended up in Egypt like my very first season playing overseas, that would have been it. I probably would have been done after 2 months and then never played again.
Okay.
Uh,
And what would you do
so
if you never played basketball? If you're
that's
there?
that's the question. That's the question. That I think that's part of the reason why I'm still playing basketball because I have no idea what else I want to
Okay.
do with my life. So yeah. So if you have any suggestions, let me know.
I
But
don't know. What did you major in?
I majored in exercise science, and
Okay,
I
so
thought I
you're
wanted to just be a personal trainer and stuff like
okay.
that. But yeah, ideally, I would like to find a rich husband and be stay-at-home mom. So um,
Yeah.
that's what I would like, but you know
So
that doesn't
so
happen.
this explains like your trips to Saudi Arabia then, right? I mean a lot of rich husbands there, I guess. But no, I know
Oh
we're
man,
joking. We're both joking.
we're
I know.
joking. We're
I know.
joking.
No.
Putting me
Yeah.
on the
So
spot here.
okay, so your sophomore season back in Evansville, you're no longer a secret. Teams prepare game plans for you. You're double teamed, and your stats were even better than your freshman year. So again, how did you adapt to that? Because it's one thing to just transition, but then you become the focal point of the team, right? So it's even harder. So how did you adapt to that?
Well, the same kind of the same thing. The coaching staff just put me in great situations and helped me see the situations on the court, and also my teammates. I remember sophomore year we had a pretty good team, and yeah, all the girls once they make themselves threats, it opens things up for me. So yeah, really, my teammates and my coaching staff they really helped me get into a very good situation. Um, so yeah, all the credit to them, really.
Okay, okay. And I've read that your college coaches also had to limit your workout repetitions because you were just going so hard and during workouts. So where did that work ethic come from?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. I've just always thought, well, if I'm gonna do something, I might as well do it well. So I think that's part of it. And I also had just an absurd amount of energy, like 10 or so years ago. So yeah, I was just bouncing all around.
Okay, so the energy is no longer there.
I mean, I think it's dwindled a little bit, but
Okay, okay.
yeah.
So did you finally learn the importance of resting and just taking,
I
taking
really
things
did.
slow?
It took a while, but I really did. I've realized that days off are very, very important. I really don't want to think about basketball or anything like that on a day off anymore. So yeah,
Yeah. So
I
so
guess
it's
I've matured a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice. So it's even nicer that you're talking to me today, since this is your day off as well, and you
Oh
shouldn't be
yeah, but
thinking
that's
about
okay. That's
basketball.
okay.
So thank you. And did playing in Europe sort of contribute to that, at least in some countries? When you think about like Portugal or Cyprus, the places that you've been in, they take things slow. Like I'm Eastern European, we're very serious about stuff,
Hmm.
but in Western Europe there and Southern Europe they're like more chill. So did it sort of help you that you were in those places and for example uh I don't know like the payment isn't always on time and stuff like that. Did it also teach you to just take things a bit like easier?
I think it did help a lot in like the aspect of the mental taking things easier. Physically, it was just I realized I needed to physically tone things down and take a physical break. But the mental, honestly, Egypt helped me a lot with the mental slowing things down and being a little more relaxed and laid back. Because if I didn't, then I would have went insane in Egypt. Um, just because things change all the time and you can never stick to anything. So I think a lot of places they've given me a lot of different things in life. So um, but I can't contribute, one thing specifically to one place and
Hmm.
stuff like that. But
Okay.
yeah, just the different cultures have made me realize different ways of doing things. So yeah, it's just a
Okay.
culmination of everything, honestly.
Okay. So let's return to Portugal then. So I mean, let's head to Portugal or return to Portugal, whatever. So you graduate from Evansville, and then you decide to play. You did you immediately know that you were going to play pro? And when did
Um,
Portugal appear on the horizon?
I really had no idea what to do with my life after college basketball because I was like, I've just done basketball forever. So one of my assistant coaches in college at the time, she was like, "Well, Sarah, why don't you think about playing overseas?" So, we got things figured out, got an agent, different things like that. And then, yeah, Portugal just popped up, and I thought, man, that sounds great. So I went, and I originally thought I was just going to do like 1 year of it and then, have a normal life. Um, but then I had so much fun. I was like, I got to do like another year. And then I thought, oh, I'm just going to do 4 years of it. And now here I am in year 8. And yeah, it's still fun, and I still love doing it. So yeah.
Yeah, and you got to play in a lot of interesting places. So we already know that Egypt is special, right? And any other places that stood out for you that you played in?
Really, Portugal did because in both my seasons there, I just had the absolute best teammates to play with and live with, and I like if I didn't have those teammates that I got to do everything with, I probably wouldn't still be playing at the moment. But they really just made life amazing, and they made it so much fun. So yeah, they had a big impact on me in my first 2 seasons.
And I think it was two different teams, right? If I remember
Hmm.
correctly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's also kind of cool that actually a different team saw something in you and wanted you. So that's pretty awesome. And Romania, this is your second time in Romania.
Mhm.
Um, and how are things this season for you?
So I'm on a different team now.
Mhm.
I only got here a couple weeks ago, and we're just trying to finish out the season, and the goal is to win the whole thing. So yeah, so I was in a different team
Okay, so
like
let's let I,
4 years
I'm
ago.
sorry. I'm sorry. So a team brought you to win a championship. You are the player that's supposed to
We're
put the team over
trying.
the hump. I mean,
No,
that's special. That's special.
no, it was me, and they
It's
brought two others with me, two others
okay,
with
okay,
me.
but
So it's
still,
a
you
group
know,
effort.
it's still yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I
No,
just
that's
wanted to
fine. That's fine.
underline it because it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, I was here in Romania 4 years ago, but that was COVID time, and I was with a different team, so life was very different. But yeah, so I was in Saudi a few weeks ago, and then that season finished like end of January, and I was trying to decide what to do. Do I want to keep playing right now, or do I want to take a little break? And then this popped up. My agent just said, "Hey, Sarah, do you want to go to Romania?" And I said, why not? So yeah, here I am. Here I am. I got to be home for a week before coming here, so that was good. And now we're trying to win the cup this coming weekend. So
Awesome. This weekend, awesome,
this
awesome.
weekend, cup finals. Yep.
Okay. And so you said that you were home for a week. When you return home to the farm, do you feel restless after like a week or two? And you're like,
Um,
maybe I should go somewhere else and
so
just
I
do
used to
something.
be, yeah, I used to have a big problem with that. So I would be home, and then I would be mad that I'm not. somewhere working, and but I've gotten a lot better with that over time. And when I go back home now, so my brother and sister only live 10 minutes away from each other, and they're both married and have families and kids. So I just go back and forth between their houses, help take care of the kids. They call me Nanny Sarah. So I'm always happy to go home and hang out with the kids for a little while.
So you're the
So
favorite aunt, right?
I'm the fun one. Yep,
Okay, awesome.
for sure. I just come in, bounce in and out all the time, and then they all see me on FaceTime every day. So, yep.
Awesome. Okay, so uh well, to end on a positive note, I hope that you win the cup this
No,
weekend,
I hope so. I
and
hope so.
and I hope that in the stands, maybe a rich guy will be sitting and he will notice you and
That's
he'll
right.
be like, "That's wifey material right there. The way she drives to the basket, that's my
Yes,
future
yes,
wife. Yeah, yeah.
yes.
I just want to like give her all my money and let her like live her dream.
Oh my gosh.
That would be
That would
awesome.
be a dream. That would be a
Yeah,
dream. Stay at
yeah.
home mom.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so thank you, Sarah, for doing this. And well, all the best to you. Thank you.
Yes, thanks for having
Thank
me.
you. Bye.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye.